There's something very important I want to tell you. If you've been experiencing a burning sensation in your feet, it's not just ordinary heat. It could be a sign that your nerves are slowly and silently becoming weaker. The most concerning part is that most people don't even realize what's happening until the condition has already progressed too far. Tingling, numbness, the feeling of tiny needles pricking your feet, and being unable to sleep at night because of the burning sensation are all signs of neuropathy. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe because this information could be extremely important for you. If you're watching this video, chances are you've already been dealing with some of these problems. But let me tell you something most people don't know. There are certain things sitting right in your kitchen and refrigerator that may help support the recovery of these weakened nerves. And this isn't just my opinion, science supports it as well. One study found that people who included just 5 specific foods in their diet experienced improvements in nerve signaling. Pain may decrease, burning sensations may become less intense, and most importantly, the process of nerve repair may begin. Today, I'm going to tell you about those 5 things. Just 5. No expensive supplements, no medications, and no complicated methods. Just 5 simple things that are easily available almost everywhere. But there's one condition. If you miss even one of these 5 things, the benefits of the other 4 may be reduced, because all 5 work together like a complete system. One is incomplete without the others. And yes, there's something else that might surprise you. 2 of these 5 things are not foods, they're drinks. And one of them is a drink you probably never imagined could be so powerful for your nerves. So let's get started. But before that, it's very important to understand what actually happens to the nerves in neuropathy. Because until you understand that, you won't truly appreciate the power of these 5 things. You see, the nerves in your feet are extremely thin, even thinner than a strand of hair. They are covered by a protective layer called the myelin sheath. This layer works just like the plastic coating around an electrical wire. As long as this protective covering remains healthy, signals travel properly. Your brain can correctly recognize whether your feet are touching the ground, whether something feels hot or cold, and whether there is pain or not. But when this layer begins to break down, those signals become distorted. Incorrect messages begin reaching the brain. Sometimes you feel burning even when nothing is actually causing it. Other times your feet become numb because the signals are no longer reaching properly. And let me explain something important. 3 things cause the most damage to this protective layer: high blood sugar, inflammation, and oxidative stress. If blood sugar levels are high, your nerves are gradually being damaged. If there is inflammation in your body, your nerves are also being affected. And if free radicals are excessive, your nerves are essentially rusting, just like metal rusts over time. These 3 factors together are constantly harming your nerves. So what do most people do? They take painkillers, sleeping pills, and assume that's enough. But think about it. If a pipe is leaking inside your house and you only keep mopping the floor, will the leak stop? Of course not. Those medications are just like mopping the floor. The real problem is inside, and these 5 things I'm about to tell you about are designed to address that deeper issue. The first thing, and perhaps the most important one, is eggs. It may sound very simple, but if someone asked me what single food they should eat for neuropathy, my answer would be eggs. And the biggest reason for that is vitamin B12. Your nerves need vitamin B12 to build and maintain the myelin sheath. Without it, this protective layer cannot form properly. And if the layer isn't repaired, how can the nerves recover? Eating 2 eggs a day can provide a good portion of your daily requirement. But eggs contain much more than just vitamin B12. They also provide vitamin B6, which is essential for nerve signaling. They contain folate, which helps create new cells. They also contain choline, which is extremely important because it helps produce acetylcholine, the main messenger used by your nerves. Without it, signal transmission simply cannot happen properly. In addition, eggs contain healthy fats that serve as the raw materials needed to repair the myelin sheath. So a single egg provides vitamin B12, vitamin B6, folate, choline, and healthy fats all at once. That's why many expensive supplements simply cannot compete with it. If you're taking metformin for diabetes, pay close attention to this. This medication can reduce the absorption of vitamin B12 in the body. In other words, you may be eating properly, but your body may not be receiving enough of this essential nutrient. In that case, eggs become even more important. And yes, eat the whole egg, not just the whites, because vitamin B12, choline, and healthy fats are found in the yolk. If you throw away the yolk, you're throwing away the most valuable part. But eggs alone are not enough. Eggs provide the building materials your nerves need, but something else is required to deliver those materials where they need to go. And that second thing is something most people only associate with heart health. But the truth is, it's just as important for your nerves. And when I explain how it works, you might wonder why you didn't start including this simple food in your diet much earlier. The second thing is fish, and especially fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. And if these aren't easily available, fish like rohu and kapla can also be very beneficial. Let me explain why. Fish contains omega-3 fatty acids, and these help protect your nerves in two different ways. First, omega-3 helps reduce inflammation in the body. You may remember that I mentioned inflammation as one of the three things damaging your nerves. This internal inflammation isn't visible, but it slowly keeps harming your nerves over time. Omega-3 works to calm that inflammation, almost like pouring water on a fire. Second, omega-3 directly supports the repair of the myelin sheath. The protective covering around your nerves is made of fat, and omega-3 is the kind of healthy fat that helps rebuild and strengthen that covering. One study found that people who ate fatty fish 3 times a week experienced a significant reduction in nerve pain. And this wasn't a program that took years. People started noticing changes within just a few weeks. So try to eat fish at least 3 times a week. And if for some reason you can't eat fish, walnuts and flax seeds can be good alternatives. They also contain omega-3. Although they may not be as powerful as fish, they are certainly much better than having nothing at all. Now let me tell you about the third thing that I mentioned earlier, the very drink that may surprise you when you hear about it. And honestly, it truly is something unexpected. At number 3 is turmeric milk. Yes, the same golden milk that your grandmother may have often prepared. But listen carefully, this isn't just a traditional remedy, it now has strong scientific support behind it. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, and it is such a powerful anti-inflammatory substance that several studies have found it to work similarly to certain anti-inflammatory medications. But there is one special thing about curcumin that very few people know. Curcumin helps increase nerve growth factor. This is the substance that signals your body to create new nerves and repair damaged ones. In other words, it isn't just helping reduce pain, it is actually sending signals that encourage your nerves to heal. But there's something very important you should know. If you consume turmeric by itself, your body absorbs very little of it. 2 additional things are needed. The first is black pepper. Just a pinch of black pepper can increase curcumin absorption by nearly 2,000%. And the second thing is fat. That's exactly why drinking turmeric with milk is considered so effective. Milk provides fat, turmeric provides curcumin, and black pepper improves its absorption. That's why having a glass of turmeric milk with a pinch of black pepper before bedtime can become a very simple yet effective habit. There's another benefit as well. As inflammation begins to decrease, the burning sensation in your feet during the night may also begin to lessen, and your sleep quality may improve. Now, when you hear about the fourth thing, you might think, I see this every day, but I never really pay much attention to it. And that small mistake may actually be costing your nerves dearly. At number 4 is spinach. Yes, the same green leafy vegetable that often sits in the refrigerator while we continue to ignore it. But the truth is that spinach acts like a powerhouse for your nerves, and there are several reasons why. First of all, spinach contains alpha-lipoic acid. Remember this name carefully because it's very important. Several major clinical trials have been conducted on it, and they found that alpha-lipoic acid may help reduce neuropathy pain and burning sensations by 30 to 50%. And spinach is a natural source of it. Besides that, spinach contains magnesium, which is essential for nerve signaling. It also contains folate, which helps create new cells, and vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant. You may remember that oxidative stress was the third factor damaging your nerves. In other words, it's the rust that is slowly weakening them. Vitamin C helps fight that damage. So spinach is performing multiple roles at once. It helps fight inflammation, reduces oxidative stress, and also provides the nutrients needed for nerve repair. But many people make one common mistake. They cook spinach for too long over high heat, which destroys many of its valuable nutrients. That's why it's better to cook it lightly, add it to salads, or blend it into smoothies. And try to include it in your meals at least 4 to 5 times a week. Now just think about it. Eggs provided important vitamins, choline, and the building blocks needed for nerves. Fish reduced inflammation and helped repair the myelin sheath. Turmeric milk increased nerve growth factor and lowered inflammation. Spinach supplied alpha-lipoic acid and antioxidants to protect your nerves. But there is still one very important piece missing, a piece without which all these things cannot perform at their full potential. And when I tell you about the fifth thing, you may think it's something very ordinary, but believe me, its effects are anything but ordinary. The fifth thing is beetroot juice. Yes, that deep red vegetable that most people simply add to their salads and then forget about. But when its juice enters your body, it can do something truly remarkable. Beetroot contains nitrates, and when these nitrates enter your body, they are converted into nitric oxide. Now, you might be wondering what nitric oxide actually does. Let me explain. It helps widen your blood vessels, which means that the blood that wasn't reaching your feet properly before can now flow more efficiently. More blood means more oxygen, and more oxygen means your nerves are receiving the fuel they need to survive and function properly. Just think about it. Eggs provided the building materials. Fish helped control inflammation. Turmeric milk provided growth signals. Spinach helped fight oxidative stress. But if blood isn't reaching your feet properly, how can any of those things do their job effectively? Beetroot juice helps open the highway through which all those nutrients travel to reach your nerves. That's why drinking 1 glass of beetroot juice on an empty stomach every morning is considered highly beneficial. So let's put everything together once again. 2 eggs every day, fish 3 times a week, turmeric milk with black pepper before bed, spinach 4 to 5 times a week, and 1 glass of beetroot juice every morning. That's it, just these 5 things. No expensive supplements, no complicated diet plans. Simply make these 5 things a regular part of your routine. But there's one word I want you to remember, and that word is consistency. Every day, every week, without skipping. Because nerves don't heal overnight. They take time. Recovery happens slowly and gradually. But once healing begins, you'll start noticing the changes yourself. First, the burning sensation begins to decrease. Then the tingling starts becoming less noticeable. And even that numbness you thought would stay with you forever may slowly begin to fade away. Your feet will start feeling the ground beneath them again. And I want you to understand that neuropathy is not a life sentence that you simply have to endure forever. It is a challenge, yes, but now you have a plan to fight back. If you found this information helpful, please take a moment to hit the like button because your support can help this important message reach people who may desperately need it. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends because your one share could make a real difference in someone's life who is struggling with these symptoms and searching for answers. And be sure to subscribe so you can continue receiving trustworthy and valuable health information in the future. And yes, let me know in the comments which one of these 5 things you're planning to start with today. I always enjoy reading your comments. Also, if you're taking medications or dealing with any serious medical condition, please don't forget to speak with your doctor before making changes. Take good care of yourself.